What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad Sean, and today reactions to the classics. We are up to 1974 in our top 5 albums by year draft series, Dad. It's been a fun one. Going through this so far. I mean, you've been beating me on a lot of these years.
You're already going for the sympathy vote before we ever even start.
But hey, man, hopefully I can turn it around here. If you don't know how it works, we each choose 5 different records. Can't choose the same album, of course. And this year, I get first pick, Dad. So you'll get picks 2 and 3, and then we'll just go from there.
All right, man. Kick it off.
Well, I'm going with my first overall pick, a guy that has appeared on my list before, and will no doubt do so.
Mine.
And will no doubt do so again. His classic 70s period you can put up, I think, with pretty much anybody's run in music history, man. I'm going Stevie Wonder, fulfilling this first finale, say that 10 times fast. His second Grammy Award for Album of the Year in a 4-year stretch. We have Songs in the Key of Life on the horizon in 76, of course. And man, this has, just as you would expect with Stevie, just unbelievable musicianship. Heaven is 10 zillion light years away. One of the songs I'd want played at my funeral. One of my, maybe my favorite Stevie Wonder track. Smile Please, Boogie on Reggae Woman. Just shows that rhythmic and melodic genius, along with those great lyrics that Stevie penned during this point. So that is my number one pick.
Number one. I still like Intervisions and Talking Book a little bit better, but I'm going to go with my number one pick, Uncle Neil.
There you go.
We're very familiar with Neil Young, On the Beach. His 5th studio album, but it was recorded after, but released before Tonight's the Night, which may show up on our list next year. Throughout the recording of the album, Young and his fellow musicians tried this little homemade concoction they dubbed Honey Slides, and it was a goop of sauteed marijuana and honey that felt like heroin. So
sounds great.
So I think that kind of helped with a little bit of the vibe of the chilled outness of this On the Beach. You just think of it. You got, of course, the title track with Graham Nash. You have Ambulance Blues, which is just fantastic storytelling, but a very solid overall album. I will say, as we start this in 74, not nearly as solid as a lot of other years for me. So none of these albums for me are just like upper echelon, but they're still really good albums. Second up for me, I got Wait for the Sky, Jackson Browne. Did actually a reaction. We got a reaction.
That's right, yeah.
Too. We got a reaction
really
to this.
Good record.
Great record. First Jackson Browne album I'd heard start to finish. His 3rd studio album. The title track is great. The Late Show is great. Only 8 songs. It's classic singer-songwriter. Yep. Jackson wrote a lot of songs for a lot of people, getting to do it for himself, and a real standout.
No, man, I like both those picks. I'm not as high as On the Beach, as I know a lot of Neil Young fans are, but I really do enjoy that Jackson Browne record. Great pick. And my second pick, man, I'm going to Brian Eno, Here Come the Warm Jets, his debut solo record, coming off of that Roxy Music, which, I'm not a huge fan of Roxy Music. I know they have a lot of acclaimed records in this period. I like some of their stuff, but I'm more an Eno solo guy myself, and I think the title track is just one of those songs that you listen to even to this day, and it's out of this world. Great. Obviously, Eno is known for that production, that those soundscapes, that ambiance. Baby's on Fire and On Some Faraway Beach is a couple more of my favorites. No, he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he is mine. And another guy coming up who also kind of falls into this vein a little bit, David Bowie, Diamond Dogs, a divisive record between fans and critics at the time, and even to this day it seems to be a bit up in the air how much people like it. I, for one, really do enjoy it. Kind of finishes out his glam rock era. Went to number 1 in the UK, 5 in the US. Bowie is on guitar here. Mick Ronson has exited stage left, and Bowie also produced the record, so he's all over this thing. And kind of a conglomeration from a lot of different projects he was working on that didn't fully come into fruition. You got catchy songs like Rock and Roll With Me, Sweet Thing, along with the that Sweet Thing is in, and of course Rebel Rebel, the big hit off of this.
Yeah, the Eno record I listened to a few years ago and did not like it, but I did re-listen to it again after you said to, and I do like it a lot more. And obviously I'm a big Bowie fan from that era for sure. Next up for me, I'm going to go Court and Spark, Joni Mitchell. We got a reaction to this up, a review of 6th studio album. Surprisingly, Trey, her most successful album.
Yeah, you would think Blue.
Yeah, you would definitely think Blue. And you got cameos from everybody. We got Robbie Robertson, David Crosby, and Graham Nash, even a twist of comedy from Cheech and Chong. You got Help Me on here, which I was also surprised to find out when we did this. It was her only top 10 hit
That's right.
ever. and then you got Free Man in Paris. Just once again, it's not my theme for this, but it's kind of how it worked out. But great singer-songwriter stuff, and I know you've run a ton of top tens of different decades for her.
Oh yeah, Joni, one of the greatest of all time in my estimation, man.
And now we got Crime of the Century for me, Supertramp, third studio album, breakout all over the world for them, top 10 album all over the world, except for of course here in the States, and we went to 38, but quite a good record. We got Bloody Well, which was their breakthrough in the U.S., even though it was the B-side of the other single, Dreamer, which is quite good. School, the album opener, is fantastic, but just a really good, solid overall album.
No, man, I enjoy both of those picks, man. I think they're quite solid, and now finishing up mine, gonna go a little, kind of different flavor here. Gonna go a little country rock from Graham Parsons from his second and final record, Grievous Angel, released 4 months before he unfortunately passed away. Interesting on here, Emmylou Harris is on every single song except for one.
Underrated. She's very underrated.
So it's always cool too, to see an artist in there, kind of opening stages and whatnot, and her and Graham's voice just mesh very well together. I'm not like a huge country music fan, but Graham just knocks it out of the park here. Some great, pedal steel guitar work on this thing. Return of the Grievous Angel, $1,000 Wedding, Love Hurts, and In My Hour of Darkness are the highlights for me on this one. And closing it out with a little reggae action, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. He brings forth that social and political commentary that almost gets whitewashed away here in current day times whenever you just put on his greatest hits or whatever. I like Them Belly Full, and then two of the bigger hits, Lively Up Yourself, and of course No Woman, No Pride are bona fide classics and show that rhythmic and musical greatness that Bob Marley and the Wailers had.
There you go. My last pick, a guy that showed up on from me before, Mr. Tom Waits, his second album, The Heart of Saturday Night. Still very accessible. Don't get into the gruff lyrics too much on this one. Of course, you got The Ghost of Saturday Night, San Diego Serenade. Just a very consistent album. Bones Howell's back on here producing it. Just a very, very consistent album. So it's got to come in for my last pick for 1974.
No, man, I like it. Still kind of keeps a bit of that jazzy piano backing on it. Waits' catalog is very interesting to dive in, and I'm sure he'll appear in a list in the upcoming years.
I'm sure he will.
A little honorable mention action. The great Gil Scott-Heron, Winter in America. This record blew me away. I listened to it in prep for this video, and don't know much Gil Scott-Heron, but from what I heard on this, man, I need to dive into his stuff more. King Crimson came out with Red. Big Star Dad, Radio City, kind of got that power pop.
Yeah, really good album. Almost made my list.
Sensibilities to it. Queen with a little double, Queen 2 and Sheer Heart Attack.
Both have highlights.
Yes, Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. A little long for me at points, 90 minutes, but still some great music in there. Aerosmith, a band I'm not that high on, but
me neither, but 70s stuff not bad.
Yeah, Get Your Wings is one of my favorites from them. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic, and Shuggy Otis, Inspiration, Information. Get a little, kind of soul funk action up in there. But that will do it from us today, Dad. I think as you go through this list and people look, there's not like, 73 had Dark Side,
Yeah, there's not this iconic album for
75, there's going to be a couple that are just monsters. Yeah. So I think you said it well at the start that there's a lot of good, solid records on here that, might not make like top albums of the decade.
Very similar to 72 for me. 71's loaded, 73's pretty good. 75's loaded. Yeah, I agree.
So all that to say, man, let us know which of these lists you are picking, man, and why you're picking me, because
it's always politic. I try to take the high road here. You pick who you think won.
And of course, let us know your favorites from 1974 and any others we need to check out that we didn't mention. But I guess that'll wrap it up. We got 1975 on the horizon, and looking forward to that one to be sure. But until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.